link to the new video? Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Hello, hello, hello. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hello, everyone. Test, test, test. This is a test. Mic test audio. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Xavier basketball. Today, we've got freshman basketball between the Knights and the Pilots of Cardinal Spellman coming up in just a moment. Tip-off and starting lineups. We'll have that for you just a quick second. Stay. Both teams have broken their huddles and head to center court to begin the game. The starting five for the Knights: Skinner, Courtney, O'Grady, Coleman, and Levin. Ball's up in the air, tapped the other way by Levin. Smith controls for the Pilots as the game begins. Left wide open on the right wing to open things up was Orellana. He couldn't hit it. Xavier rebounds. They quickly go ahead with pace. Skinner feeds to Courtney inside Levin. He got hacked, ball stripped and stolen away. Spellman has it the other way. Cooper brings it into the front court. Nice steal by Levin. He cuts in front of the paint. Outlet pass up ahead. Courtney attacks the rack. Right-handed layup is good. Off the glass to get the game started. 2-0 Knights. A quick 30 seconds into the game. Pressure in the backcourt by Xavier. They almost get a trap. Cooper gets it up ahead. Guarded right there by Courtney, who's all over him. Gets it to Orellana. O'Grady guards him tightly. 20 to shoot. Orellana works it for the handoff to Smith. And they're going to call a timeout. Less than a minute into this game, Spellman heads to their bench to talk things over. They're only down 2 as Xavier picked up the opening score. But the Pilots head coach is already upset with the officiating. I think he was saying they missed a screen. Or maybe that he didn't mean to call timeout. It goes down as a 30-second timeout. And there's some fire getting breathed onto the Pilots there on their sideline. Minute into this game, it's a 2-0 Xavier lead. The same 5 come out for the Knights. So the refs are going to break up the timeout. Spellman uses their first timeout. And they're down to 4. 7:01 to play, opening quarter. It'll be Pilots ball inbounding from the side, but they're going to quickly add it a sub first. White's going to come in. Cooper's going to have a seat on the bench. It goes to the backcourt for Orellana. Screens, nice movement by the Pilots. Here's Smith, bounce inside. Levin got a hand on it, but couldn't come up with the steal. Mato stolen away by Courtney. He's in transition. Right-handed layup, no good off the rim. Whistle blows for a foul. O'Grady goes to scratch his eye. And he did so while he was attacking the rim. It looked like maybe a speck of dust in his eye as he attacked with pace. So Jack O'Grady goes to the line to shoot a pair. First one back iron, no good. Score holds at 2. Minute and a quarter into the game. O'Grady, a couple dribbles. He goes 0 for 2 from the line, but they're going to call a lane violation on Cardinal Spellman, so O'Grady's going to have one more chance. Third time's the charm. Free throw rattles home. Xavier leads by 3. They continue to press up in the front court. Lavin, nice pressure on the inbound. They're going to trap him. Barely getting it away is Cooper. Smith into the front court. Pass stolen away by Lavin. He attacks with pace, but then he slowed right down. Coleman's going to try a 3 and hit it. Lucas Coleman starts the Knights off from long range. 6-0 Xavier in the blink of an eye. And now he's on the other end playing great defense. Hand to Orellana. Orellana working on O'Grady. O'Grady right up in his face. Looking for options inside. Poked away by Lavin again. Third time in the first 2 minutes. He's got a hand on the ball. Left open for a 3. Bank shot's no good. Rebounded by Spellman though. Messiah kicks it out. Smith with a fresh shot clock to shoot with. Attacks. Smith gets it back. Thought about a corner shot and knocked away by Lavin. It'll stay here, Pilot's ball. His 4th deflection of the game. Substitutes for the Pilots. Cooper checks in and White takes a seat. Smith to inbound. Looking for options, well defended. Almost a 5-second violation, instead it's a steal. Jack O'Grady pokes it ahead. Here's Skinner with a right hand. No good, it got partially blocked. Controlled by Courtney. He's got it in the corner. O'Grady at the top. Nice ball movement to Coleman. Back to O'Grady. Oh, really nice. That's a long 3. That's good. 9-0 start from Xavier. They can't miss from the outside. It was Courtney again, his second 3 of the game. They're going to call a foul in transition against Ryan Lavin on a reach-in. Both teams have 1 foul. That's the first on the Knights. Knights bench makes a little bit of noise trying to encourage their defense. Already off to a 9-0 start. About 3 minutes into this game. O'Grady with nice press defense on Orellana. Xavier's gone on a 7-0 run. They can't end it. Matos got his own rebound on the 3. Gives it back to Orellana. I was saying, 7-0 run for the Knights since the Pilots called their timeout just 30 seconds into the game. Leak out pass. Here goes Skinner all alone. It's good. Timeout. Pilots, an 11-0 start to the game for Xavier. 4:41 to play in the opening quarter. Nothing's gone right for Spellman so far. They've missed some open shots on the offensive end, but you got to give credit to Xavier's defense. They've played scrappy. They've gotten hands on it, especially Ryan Lavin's played really well on both ends of the floor to start it off. And, of course, Huey Courtney has been money from deep thus far with 2 threes. So second time out of the game called by Spellman. 11-0 run. About 4 minutes into this game. Spellman needs answers quickly. A double-digit deficit to start off. It's forced them to call two timeouts. Xavier's done well. They've pressed into the backcourt. They've forced steals just off inbound passes. And they've played really scrappy. It's going to be the same 5 for the Knights. Why wouldn't it be? It's worked thus far with 4:41 to play. Spellman's going to break their huddle, but Xavier showing no signs of stopping, up 11. They've still got the press up. Spellman's got everyone free throw line or lower. Oh, this is going to be a home run ball. Intercepted. Jack O'Grady with the cornerback play. Lavin inside, uses his big body, couldn't get it to go off the front rim. The Cardinals finally get a defensive rebound. Cooper pushing with transition past the half-court line. Leaves it off for Smith. Cooper on the right end. Guarded closely by Huey Courtney. Inside, Orellana couldn't get it to go, but the putback does. 11-2, Spellman finally gets on the board. First points of the game. Xavier getting pressed now. Taste of their own medicine. They beat it. Courtney into the front court. Open layup. Left-handed is good. Spellman tried to go match Xavier with the press defense. It didn't work. Nice job beating it. They did a good job spreading the basketball around, finding the open man, and it led to an open layup for Huey Courtney. Back at it on the defensive end. That's going to be an over and back. Backcourt violation. Orellana hit the deck to try and save it. It was going to be another steal for Xavier, but instead they're going to pick up a turnover anyways. 13-2, still a double-digit lead for the Knights. 3:44 to play. Spellman's crowd begins to make some noise, but not their defense because they leave a wide-open Lucas Coleman. 16-2. The Knights are 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. They continue the press. O'Grady steal. Right-handed layup. He got it plus a foul. Jack O'Grady bumps the Knights all the way up to 18, and he's got one more at the line. Another steal. Lavin forced it on the defensive end. Inside to O'Grady, who made it work in the paint. Stoppage in play to make sure the Spellman guys are beyond the foul line. Now they finally got, they're organized. They've got 5 on the floor. O'Grady, 5 pounds on the floor, and the free throw is nothing but net. 2 sub-ins early for the Knights. Kieran McBride, Jack Clark to replace the other Jack O'Grady, and Ryan Lavin gets his first seed of the night. A well-deserved one. Played with a lot of firepower to start the game. Looks like the subs are going to do the same thing. McBride pressure in the backcourt. Spellman escapes. In the lane, a travel called first. Cooper went up with it and came down. Turnover. 19-2. Xavier has done nothing but dominate so far. Nice backdoor pass. Skinner. But they couldn't get the layup to go. McBride missed it. Rodriguez attacks for the Pilots. Cooper, nice bounce pass inside to Orellana, but even better defense by Jack Clark to stay stride for stride with him. Cooper walks the baseline. They hit the deck again, and that one looks like it's headed for the backcourt. Stopped by Cooper before it got there. 13 to shoot. They got to work quick. Possession's basically reset. 12-foot jump shot, no good. McBride aggressive, fresh off the bench, but it hits the baseline and stays here. Pilots basketball. A nice defensive series for the Knights. McBride did everything he could to corral that one. Full body layout, but it wasn't enough. 2:34 to play in the opening quarter. Orellana's got it. Working on Clark. Back to the top. Puts some moves on. Gives to Cooper behind him. Nice defense by Huey Courtney. Went over the top to Matos, who's at the top, and gives to Macia, the big. Hands for Cooper. They got 17 to shoot after the fresh shot clock. Macia. Out to the wing for Rodriguez. Back for Alana. 8 to shoot. They got to work quickly. Very nice defense for the Knights. It's been about a minute full of great defense. Jacked up at the horn. And it doesn't even touch rim. Shot clock violation, Xavier ball. Smothering defense from the Knights. They get another stop. Xavier's going to beat the press they do into the front court with Huey Courtney. That's a long 3 from Coleman, and he gets it to go again. make it 5 for 5 from the outside for the Knights shooting. They literally have not missed from 3. They ballooned the lead up to 20. Cooper on the wing, trying to have the answer. The first points in about 4 minutes for Spellman's good. Cooper gets it to roll home, but it's still 22-5. Skinner up ahead, has it deep. And that ball is going to be tossed into the first row seats, but it was deflected. Substitutes for Spellman. Looks like Rodriguez is going to have a seat for Olmo. Coleman, outside Courtney. That's a long 3 for Jack Clark. Finally, the first miss of the day for the Knights, but they get a refresh off the Skinner board. Trapped in the corner with 2. Nice way to get it out. Coleman, he's hot, not this time. Tapped alive by Jack Clark until it wasn't. Whistle blows and a foul called on Clark, so it's going to go the other way with exactly 57 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Olomo gets it in, but nice defense by the Knights. Put up and home by Lucas Coleman. 50 seconds to play now. Another great defensive series. Smothering defense. Skinner gets it on the steal. Skinner attacks in the paint, lost the handle. That almost went in off a Spellman defender. McBride controls, but it's taken away in the corner by Olomo. Nice bounce pass from Cooper. The open layup is good for Orelma. Transition offense works for Spellman. 24-7. The crowd that made the visit from the Bronx is liking it. Skinner, they're telling Coach Renison is going to tell him to hold for the final shot with 13 to play in the quarter. Huey Courtney. Ball movement for Jack Clark. McBride. Nice ball movement. Courtney, that's a deep 3. No good off the front rim. Rebounded by Spellman. And that is how the quarter comes to a close. It was one of domination for the Knights. They lead 24-7 after 1 quarter of play. It was really just great defense all around for the Knights. They played really good in the press, in the backcourt. And they also had steals while they were on their own defensive end. But it was mainly what was happening on the left side of the court as you see it watching at home. Knights started out 5 for 5 from three-point land. They cooled off since with 3 misses to end the quarter. But when you look up at the scoreboard and it reads 24-7, you gotta be doing pretty well, and the Knights are. And it starts with the defensive end. Ryan Lavin, McBride tossed his body on the floor. It's a heart and soul right now. The team is bought in. They're believing, and it's working right now. Extremely well defensively. They're going to come out with wholesale changes for the Knights. Huey Courtney and Kieran McBride, the only 2 to stay in. Gabriel Williams checks in. That's Ty Duffy, number 2, the small guard. And Alex Poscablo also checks in, number 11 for the Knights. So every starter is going to take a break except for Huey Courtney, who's played all 8 minutes of the game so far, the entire first quarter. Spellman breaks their huddle with the same 5 that they ended the first with. So Ty Duffy will inbound to Huey Courtney in the backcourt. Second quarter underway, 24-7. Xavier's played really well. Here's Poscablo. Oh, nice across the way pass. Ty Duffy fresh off the bench, fresh into the scorebooks. 27-7. Ty Duffy making his presence known. Now here he goes on the defensive end. Courtney tried to get the steal from behind. Nice job by Orellana to control. Cooper bounce pass to the inside. Back to Orellana. Foot on the line. 2. Doesn't matter. It was no good. Olomo swings it. Matos has it in the corner. Back for Orellana at the top. Half minute gone by. Stolen away by Courtney. In transition. 2-on-1. No basket. They wave it off and they're going to call it on the floor. 20 for Spellman as Matos picking up the personal. Smith heads to the scorer's table to check back in for Spellman. He's in for Cooper to take a seat. 20-point Knights lead after a quarter and about 9 minutes. Duffy's got it. Feeds for Poscablo. For Courtney on the right wing. Back to Poscablo. Doing a great job facilitating. Courtney, that's a long one. This time he can't get it. Poscablo scrappy on the rebounds. It's going to stay here. Nice hustle from 11. Poscablo taps it right off the hand of Smith to keep it here for Xavier. Plenty of time to work with. Only 3 ticks of the shot clock have come off here. Poscablo, nice defense by Smith. Swings it to the top for Courtney, who's been great all day from 3. This time it's Poscablo, distributes back to Courtney. Duffy, bounce pass. Really good ball movement by the Knights. They've still got another 18 to shoot. Williams, Poscablo from the outside. Courtney. They've got Spellman's defense in a blunder, but they're playing really well, closing out tremendously. Duffy tells him it doesn't matter. 2 for 2 off the bench. Ty Duffy's making it rain. 30-7. 6 points off the bench for Duffy. And pressure in the backcourt as well on Orellana. Orellana dancing with Duffy, takes him to the ball and gets the bucket to go. Nice moves, nice finish. Spellman brings it to 21. Williams has it and slows down. The big gives to Duffy. Perimeter shooting, perimeter ball movement. That's been the key so far for Xavier. Can they do it again? Poscablo looking for options. Drives towards the baseline. Swing at Duffy. Inside to McBride, who couldn't handle it. Nice job by Olamo to hit the deck and stay with it. Not getting a bucket to go was Orellana, but an offensive rebound for Spellman. That deep 3 is no good off the back iron. Rebounded by the Knights. Poscablo got to overcommit. Swing it. Duffy driving baseline. Inside McBride. Whoa, he got pushed and shoved and hacked and whacked. And he'll get an opportunity to cash in with 2 free throws at the line. Alex Poscablo, Ty Duffy, these are guys that you're not usually going to see in the game this early. But you got to take into effect that the score is 30-9. McBride, the bank's open from the free throw line, is going to make it 31-9. Scoreboard's off, it says 30-10, but it is 31-9. Second free throw is good. 32-9. Spellman going in transition. Nice bounce pass and the layup from Orellana. All orchestrated by Matos, who's serving up dishes for dinner and now picks up the steal but gives it right back to Ty Duffy. Nice sequence from Matos until he threw it away. Jack Clark fresh into the game, gets the baseline layup to go. 34-11, Xavier pulling out all the stops. Kieran and McBride pressure in the backcourt. Clark joins them. Pressure on Smith, who had trouble bringing it up, and they're going to call a foul. Goes against Jack Clark for walling him off on the drive. Coach Renison doesn't agree. He's saying the hands were up and out of the chest and body area, but the officials don't agree. Another substitute in for Spellman. And Olomo is going to take a seat. Orellana has the last 4 for Cardinal Spellman. Trying to get the Pilots back into this thing. Cooper, high screen from Messia. Cooper from long range, that was Smith. Rebounded by McBride off the air ball. Poscablo moving in transition with speed. 4:30 to play. Halfway done with the second quarter. 34-11. Pass was not able to, McBride wasn't able to handle it. Cooper drives. Really nice defense by Poscablo, and then Williams helps him out with the steal. Here's Ty Duffy, who got 2 ahead of himself. Had to track it down. Duffy, can he go 3 for 3 off the bench? No, he can't. Nice rebound by Williams. Does enough to draw the contact and earn himself a trip to the line. Ty Duffy's first miss from beyond the arc, but before that he had shot it really well. It gives Gabriel Williams an opportunity to shoot it twice from the line. Three dribbles into his stance, it's no good. Number 4, David Graves, onto the floor here to replace Ty Duffy. Another small guard for small guard option for Xavier, and you got to assume that's because they've been shooting it really well. They're willing to trade shot for size right now the way they've been shooting. Graves also plays smothering defense, 35-11. Spellman beats the press this time. They seem to have figured it out really well since almost the beginning of the second quarter, but they haven't been able to catch up in the score column unless you're Orellana. He continues to shoot it well, trying to single-handedly bring Spellman back into this one. Poscablo lost the handle, picked up by Matos. Orellana has it. Oh, puts the moves on Poscablo, and he airballed it. Out of bounds, Spellman ball. He put 2 great moves on Alex Poscablo, but then the finish wasn't it. 35-13. Xavier still has a 22-point lead. Jack Clark with it. Nice defense again, and he stepped out of bounds. Pilots basketball. Xavier's made a couple mistakes in a row now. To turn it over was that Poscablo one on the last possession. This time, Jack Clark steps on the baseline. Matos with it into the front court. Nice defense from McBride. Gives it to Orellana. Nice from Williams. The ref got in the way, but it stayed in bounds. That kept it in for Xavier. It probably would have been Pilot's ball. I bet Spellman would have retained if it doesn't hit the ref. But you have to play it like it didn't. Poscablo. This is Jack Clark on the outside. He puts some moves on. Right-handed floater. Toilet bowls in and out. McBride, nice defense. Stolen away by Jack Clark. Goes right up with it, no good. Poscablo gets the rebound, tries to tap it home. Whistle blows for a foul. And yeah, Poscablo originally went to go be a rebounder and then switched it up, realized he was the one shooting. First one is money. Alex Poscablo, 2 changes for the Knights. Christian Campbell in for Kieran McBride. Really valuable minutes off the bench. And it also looks like Owen Thomas is going to get ready to check in. Next available sub. Rodriguez also checks in. It looks like Matos has some blood on his right cheek. He'll go visit the athletic trainer over on the sideline. Second free throw is good for Alex Poscablo, who now heads to the bench for Owen Thomas, gets instructions from his coach, and another great minutes. Jack Clark, his second steal in a row off the inbound. David Graves for Thomas, couldn't get it to go off the front rim. Out of bounds, hit a leg, stays here, Xavier ball. Poscablo gets a coaching lesson on the sidelines as he takes a seat. Meanwhile, it's 37-13, 2:41 to play before the halftime break. Graves to inbound for Campbell. And that is a travel. Christian Campbell going to get whistled for the turnover. Spellman's ball. Just 13 points this far. They struggled to get it past half court. Third steal in a row for Jack Clark. This is getting absurd. Can he cash in from 3? No, he can't. Rebounded by Williams. Strong right up with it. No good. Battled for. Campbell's got it in the paint. Traveled for the second time again. He picked up his pivot foot again. Second time in a row. Jack Clark trying to break some sort of record. It would be his 4th steal if he got one here. Maybe he'll let someone else do it. Huey Courtney with the pressure on Orellana. Nice move by Orellana. Turnaround spin move is good over David Graves. Graves barely controls, lets Cooper fly by like a pilot. Graves swings it for Jack Clark. Back to Graves. Owen Thomas, nice ball movement around the perimeter. It's been that way all day for the Knights. Spellman trying to mount a huge comeback. Campbell traveled with it twice in a row now. Graves, he's going to try a three. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by Campbell. Hit a couple bodies. Last touched by Williams. And the Pilots will get the basketball. Orlena's been majority of Spellman's offense this far today. Orlena goes with Graves, 4-on-4. Now he swings it for Cooper. The bank is open from long range. Spellman is, well, starting to mount a comeback from the way it once was. 37-18. Xavier lead down to 19, but that's still a big cushion, no doubt. Whistle blows in a foul. Clark tried to drive it inside. And instead he's going to go to the free throw line because the Knights are in the bonus. Spellman is over the limit. But Clark can't cash in on the penalty. Matos continues to get checked out by the athletic training staff over there by the stage. Reties his shoes. Looks like he is ready to go back out. Jack Clark misses a pair from the line. Here goes Spellman with speed. Cooper. Nice defense by David Graves. He picks up the steal. Leak out. Jack Clark all alone. Reverse layup. Couldn't get it to go. The feed was a bit too far from Thomas, but to his credit, he laid it out there pretty perfectly, but not enough time for Clark to go out there and run under it. Orlena, can he do it again? No, he can't, but he grabs his own rebound. Continues to work in the paint. Not that tall, but he's getting it done. This time he dishes to his teammate, but it's no good, and it's rebounded by Christian Campbell. They somehow get it back again. Cooper's going to go to the line. Campbell's going to pick up the personal. Cooper can't believe it's not a shooting foul. He thought he was in the act of going up with it. The refs disagree. Shot clock turned off. 28 and a half to play in this opening half. 37-18. That is a jump ball. Nice defense by David Graves to palm it. It stays here, Spellman ball, but Xavier earns their possession arrow back. Cooper to inbound about 12 feet from me. Gets it to Orlena in the backcourt. Orlena on Graves, puts the moves on, dishes it. Inside Rodriguez, that is another jump ball. This time the Knights are gonna get the reward and pick up the basketball. Just 15.1 to play before the half. Xavier up 19, trying to grow in the lead. Coach Renison tells them to hold for final shot. Under 10 to go. Final seconds of the half. Clark drives inside. Foul called with 3.3 on the clock. Spellman's lobbying for a jump ball, but they're not going to get it. Rodriguez is going to be whistled for it. Clark's going to go to shoot two more free throws. Xavier still in the bonus for the remaining 3.3 of the half. Missed both of his free throws last time he took a trip to the line. But it's not going to let it happen this time. First one is good to extend the lead back up to 20, 38-18. Clark's free throw is good. Spellman's got to work quickly. The clock will start when the inbound happens. Nice defense from Thomas. Hail Mary pass. Cardinal comes down with it at the horn. No good. And that is how the half will end. The Knights will take a 21-point lead into the halftime locker room. 39-18 will be your score. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes for the beginning of the third quarter. You're listening to Xavier Knights basketball. Welcome back to the second half of freshman basketball between the Xavier Knights and the Cardinal Spellman Pilots. Your halftime score is 39-18 with 16 minutes to play. Spellman's going to try and mount a huge comeback, but this was a game that started off all Xavier. They went up 11-0, forced 2 Spellman timeouts during that run. They went up 16-2. Spellman called another timeout. Then they mounted a bit of a comeback. Started putting a couple points together, but it was the press defense working for the Knights pretty much all day. And that is what brings us to the opening minutes of this third quarter. The 5 on the floor for the Knights are Ryan Lavin, Zach Skinner, Jack O'Grady, Lucas Coleman, and Huey Courtney. Xavier starts just the way that basically the entire first half went. A lot of pressure, trying to force a lot of steals. Lavin switched onto the smaller Orellana. Overcommit from O'Grady. Inside, Cooper couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Skinner. He plays bully ball and takes it away from everyone. O'Grady with a little step through to get out of traffic. Dante Smith pressured him in the backcourt, but it didn't matter. Lavin left for a wide open Courtney on the right wing. Couldn't get it to go. It was halfway down, but didn't want to go. Ryan Lavin, the aggressiveness on the defensive end, forces the jump ball. That sums up the way he played in the first half. Hard grind, hustle. He did it all, and then he also scored. Xavier wins the possession on the possession arrow. Jack O'Grady to inbound. He goes long for Lavin on the outside. Top of the key to Courtney. Left wide open in the corner is Lucas Coleman, and he's not going to miss that. You got to step up or else it's going to become a 42-18 game. Minute into the third quarter. Nice defense. Lavin and Coleman smothering. Dante Smith to the outside for Christian Orellana. His three-pointer. Back iron. Back of the glass. No good. Rebounded by Ryan Lavin. O'Grady with speed. Inside. Layup is home for Huey Courtney. He's got the first 5 of the second half for the Knights. They continue their press, but Lucas Coleman he overextended the arm and he got whistled for the foul. Only sub this time is Ade Olibomo. Checks in for Spellman. Stolen away by Lavin. Sean Cooper threw it right to him. Lavin attacks with the right hand. Off glass, no good. And he's going to be scrappy again and pick it up. How is a whistle not blown there for a foul? I don't quite understand, but the Knights have it either way. Jack O'Grady. Lucas Coleman, can he do it again? Yes, he can! The Knights are more red hot than Tabasco from 3. 2 minutes in, and they've already got 8 points on their name for the second half. Batted around, Skinner almost had the steal, but instead it's going to go to Coleman. Scrappy, and he's got it. Courtney and Coleman, the 2 C's, both wearing the number 3 on their jersey, have opened up the scoring for the Knights. Can Courtney do it again? No, off the front rim, but he gets his own rebound. Nice hustle, backs it out. He got fouled multiple times. This time the whistle blows. Dante Smith picks up the personal on a push. And Huey Courtney can add to his total twice at the line. 2 shots. Courtney has one more chance to try to extend the lead to 30, 47-18. Courtney's been on fire since the second half started. Free throw's good, 48-18, 5:39 to play in the third quarter. Spellman just trying to hang with the Knights right now. Continued, relentless, toothless defense. Foot on the line for Dante Smith, couldn't get it to go. O'Grady pushes with speed, dumps for Skinner. Skinner lost the handle, stolen away by Christian Orellana. Puts a spin move on Coleman. Orellana from deep, yes sir! Orellana makes it 15 out of Spellman's 21. Only 6 other points have been made, and they were both made by Sean Cooper. The answer is not there. Lucas Coleman jacked up an air ball. The fans had words for him, and he pointed at the scoreboard, and he's got a fair point. It's a 37-point game. O'Grady to inbound. Things are getting a little spicy. Lobs it up for Ryan Lavin, who got tripped, but they're going to say he traveled first. Traveling violation. Less than 5 to go in this third quarter. Derek Rodriguez brings it up the floor for Spellman. Stolen away again. Up ahead. Whistle blows, another travel. Gabriel Williams gets whistled this time. The Spellman fans are letting him know all about it. Cooper comes back into the game to replace Rodriguez, who just had a nice defensive stand there. Spellman gets it into the front court with Orellana. He's now got 15 on the day. Nice pass inside. Rodriguez couldn't get it to go. Whistle for a foul. O'Grady wasn't sure, but it'll send Yeshua Matos to the line to shoot a pair. Two dribbles, free throw, no good. Spellman, interesting approach. They put nobody there to rebound. They've got all 4 except for the shooter there to talk to the coach. He goes 0 for 2 from the line. That is not going to help the Pilots' cause. Courtney gets it ahead to Gabriel Williams. Looking for options. Gets triple teamed. And a jump ball is called. Pilots have the possession arrow. It'll go to Cardinal Spellman. Spellman trying to get it into the front court. Lavin continues the press. Jump shot from the free throw line. No good for Matos. O'Grady can't clean it up. Whistle blows for a foul. Who's it going to go against? I think they're going to tag Lavin. Nope. Instead, it's going to be Dante Smith on the offensive foul to get the ball going the other way. Ref blows the whistle to stop plays to our scorers table, who have done a great job today. Keeping track of stats and scores. 20 seconds. I think they're talking about the shot clock here. Rodriguez comes back in after about a half minute on the bench. I mean, credit to Cardinal Spellman. They're trying every option. Coleman's got it for Lavin. Had a wide open Williams. Finds him on the bounce pass through traffic. Has the layup to go off the glass. And a timeout is called. No. The ref thought that Coach Renison was motioning for a timeout. Instead, he was just giving instructions at his players. So the whistle blew, but it was not a timeout taken. 29-point lead for the Knights, 50-21. 3:48 to go. That ball is thrown right out of bounds. Xavier takes over. O'Grady running the point right now, gives to Courtney. Back to O'Grady for Coleman. Puts a nice move on Cooper. Jump shot is pure. Lucas Coleman having fun with the crowd, telling him he's a shooter and he doesn't play around. Christian Orellana doesn't get it to go off back iron. And a nice scrappy rebound. Hitting the deck is Coleman. Hitting the deck again is Huey Courtney, but it's not enough to save it. Nice hustle defense from the Knights, but the Pilots will retain it. Stolen away right off the inbound. Jack O'Grady's got it. Up ahead to Courtney. Gives to Williams through 4 bodies. Could not get it to go, but that's because a foul is going to be called. Foul called on Yeshua Matos, who had to check out earlier in this game he had a bloody face. Two guys head over to the scorer's table. I'll tell you right about it after the first free throw. Gabriel Williams gets it to go. Sean McGinnis is going to check in for Jack O'Grady. Michael Napolitano for the Pilots, as well as 34, Matthew Messia. Williams, one more at the line. It's good. Is O'Grady's night done, I wonder, because with 3:08 to play, he skipped the bench and he started to head right back into the locker room, but now comes right back out to the bench. Maybe had to spit something out. Jump shot no good for Orellana, who grabs his own rebound. Back outside to Sean Cooper, still the only Spellman players in the scorebook. Cooper gonna heave one up. Whistle blows for a foul. I think they're gonna catch Ryan Lavin for it. And they call 20 Lavin on an over and back. First one is money at the line for Cooper. 54-22. Lead up to 32 for the Knights. Cooper can't get the second one to go. Rebound fought for by Lavin, and he wins it away. Courtney. Oh, that's another one. Oh, yeah! Cash money for Lucas Coleman, who can't miss. Coleman continues to stay hot. McGinnis, fresh into the game, gets hit with a screen. Lavin trying to guard Orellana. He does it perfectly and forces a traveling violation. Picked up the pivot foot, going the other way. 35-point game. Straight twos on the clock in the third quarter. 2:22 and counting. Courtney, I feel like you gotta feed Coleman here. He's got it at the top. Gives for McGinnis. Looks like they're running a three-man weave. Courtney inside, attacks with the left hand. Whistle blows for a foul. Coach Rennison wants it to be shooting, and he's going to get his wish. Foul called on Sean Cooper. Coach Jay Rennison lobbying for it to be free throws. Not in the bonus yet, so it would have to be in the act of shooting, which, to be honest, it didn't look like it was. And I think baseline out is the correct ruling here. Courtney for Lavin. McGinnis has it. Swings for Coleman. Coleman again. Thought about a deep three, instead gives to McGinnis. Has it on the baseline for Lavin. Lavin getting double, triple teamed. McGinnis has it. Coleman, nice move. Lucas Coleman attacks with the right. Couldn't get it to go off rim. And the rebound controlled by Messia, who gets it to Napolitano. Orellana, Euros in the lane. Off rim, no good. Rebounded by Courtney. 1:30 to play in the third quarter. The lead is a lot for the Knights. Courtney, smothering defense there by Yeshua Matos, the best we've seen all day for Spellman, and a paw. I think he deflected that a little bit as Courtney tried the right-handed up and under layup. Matos, right there is Lavin, 20 on 20. Now he gives it off to Christian Orellana. Matos, Lavin uses his lower body, chest area to bump Matos out and force him to give it up. Cooper on the wing, 13 to shoot, 55 to play in the quarter. Matos almost stolen away a risky pass. Messia guarded closely by Williams, out of bounds, Xavier ball. One off of Orellana, the Knights crowd likes it. Continued defensive pressure, and it continues to work. Under 48 to play in the third quarter. Aaron Willis heads to the scorer's table to check in for the first time. That'll be next time out. Courtney, an open rec to the lane. Items are on sale for Huey Courtney, and he gets a 2-for-1 offer. Orellana's at the top. Puts a move on and draws the foul. Lucas Coleman didn't think so. 23.3 to play in the third quarter. Shot clock turned off. Xavier up 59 to 22. Orlana has been just about all of it for Spellman's. 15 points, make it 16. Aaron Willis does check in, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they do have 5 on the court. Because Matos checks out. 1 for 2 from the line, 50% for Orlana. Put the total up to 16 on the day. Less than 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Xavier will hold for another try at a buzzer beater. Courtney hands off to McGinnis at the top. They do the 3-man weave again with Coleman. That's a deep 3. Coleman is money! Lucas Coleman, no one can stop him. 3 seconds to play in the quarter. Orlana, half-court heave, no good. And that is the buzzer sounding for the end of the third quarter. One that was dominated by Lucas Coleman and the Knights' perimeter shooting. Multiple threes, a couple tough mid-range jumpers. Coleman had layups, he had the defense, he had everything. It is 62-23. The lead is 39 after 3 quarters of play. So 8 more minutes to play in what has been a beatdown. Xavier has crushed Cardinal Spellman so far. Guess the goal for the Pilots in this fourth is to try and make the final score look a little bit better. But right now, if you're Coach Renison, you gotta like what you're seeing. You're not playing a team that is equally skill matched as you, but the team's played well. If this was a trial of things to come for the Knights, then they've passed with flying colors in all aspects of the game. The bench production has been there. But don't get me wrong, the starters have been also perfect. Ryan Lavin, awesome today. Lucas Coleman as well. Jack O'Grady is the only starter from the beginning 5 out there to open up this fourth quarter, joined by Kieran McBride, Gabriel Williams, Jack Clark, and Sean McGinnis. So when Spellman breaks their huddle, we'll have 8 more minutes of basketball to play. 39-point lead for the Knights. It's been ugly since the beginning. Full court presses worked all day for the Knights. Interesting to see if they let up here or if Coach Renison plays the no mercy card. Spellman has stopped their press. They've gone into a 2-3 zone defense, and it's working right now. McBride, Xavier's going to beat it with a ball movement, aren't they? Not this time, off the front rim for Jack Clark. Napolitano. Cooper going to step into a 3. No good, rebounded by Williams. And the Pilots fall right back into that 2-3 we were talking about. O'Grady gives it to Clark for Williams inside. McBride's got about 4 on him. Dishes out. McGinnis, left wing 3. He airballed it. Rebounded by Williams, and Spellman comes away with it. So 2 possessions of nice defense in the opening minute. Orlana gets stripped of it. Here comes O'Grady in transition. Stolen away by Macia. This game's pace is picking up. Cooper to Orlana. Don't leave him that open. But he misses this time. Nice strong rebound from Napolitana. No good for Orlana. Rare that you see him miss 2 in a row, at least right now. So Spellman's played really nice defensively in the opening minute. Let's see if they continue it. McGinnis' pass got deflected but ended up right in the lap of Williams. Clark for O'Grady. McGinnis. McBride inside. Williams. Yes, sir. Nice ball movement for the Knights, and it turns into 2 to make the lead 41 points. 64-23, 6:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Cooper's got it on the wing for Orlana. Guarded closely by Jack O'Grady. Kieran McBride's got a hand in the face of Napolitano. Ball movement for Spellman, 17 to shoot. Inside, foul called. O'Grady's going to pick up the personal. They call it on the floor. Spellman's fans thought he was shooting. Matos back into the game for Spellman. And Aaron Willis takes a seat after about a quarter of play from him. Matos right into the game, right into the score column for his first 2 of the game. Xavier trying to put an exclamation mark on what has been an outstanding, dominating finish-to-finish win. Here's Courtney in the 3, can he add to the lead? Rattles in and out, bounced off the rim, went about 2 feet high, and then came down off the rim. Cooper to Orellana. High screen from Matos. Cooper, 18 to shoot. Timeout, Cardinal Spellman. The Pilots blow the whistle. It's a full timeout, minute in length. For the Knights, Owen Thomas was at the scorer's table getting ready to check in right when that whistle blew. So you got to assume that he does get subbed in here with the timeout. Looks like Posciablo also has a seat on the bench, meaning likely he'll come into the game. Timeout has ended. Both teams will take the floor again. 64 to 25. The lead is 39 for Xavier over the Pilots of Cardinal Spellman. Ball is back in play. Matos has it for Orellana. There was a bit of a shot clock dilemma. Seems like it's all fixed now. Cooper has 10 to shoot. Inside, Matos, right-handed layup, left it short. And it's rebounded by Jack Clark. Jack O'Grady, the other Jack, is going to slow it down and look for options. He gives to Alex Poscablo, who is in the game off the bench. O'Grady looking for options. Inside, Owen Thomas also fresh in off the bench. Poscablo, nice ball movement for O'Grady. Puts a move on Orellana. Euro in the lane. Almost got it to go. That would have been a ridiculous make. Tried the finger roll in way off the outside of the window. But almost got it. Credit to him. Out of bounds it goes though. Spellman ball with under 5 to play in the 4th quarter. Cooper stolen away. Nice defense from Thomas. He knocked it away, but then he lost the handle. Spellman will retain. Really well played. Poked his hand right in there and swiped it away, but put a little too much mustard on it and it barreled towards the sideline. Thomas thought about lunging for that one again, but keeps his composure with 22 to shoot for Sean Cooper and the Spellman offense. Cooper in the lane, right-handed mid-range jump shot doesn't go. Thomas the rebound to O'Grady. Now Poscablo, he's got it at the top. Continues to be the 2-3 for Spellman, and it's working right now. Clark's got it inside to Skinner, fresh off the bench. That's about a 10-foot mid-ranger that is airballed. Skinner, a little too far left. 3:47 to play. 64-25. David Graves and Ty Duffy both head to the scorer's table to check in for the Knights. Cooper's got it at the top for Spellman. Inside, stolen away. Here goes Thomas. Gonna go ahead. Skinner corrals, layup, yes. 66-25, the crowd approves of the Zach Skinner layup. Approaching the 3-minute mark to play in the fourth quarter. Orellana with 16 on the day. For Cooper, team only has 25. He's got well more than half. That's a 3. That's well too strong. And Xavier is going to call timeout, a 30-second timeout, to regroup and get fresh legs out there. O'Grady takes a seat for probably the final time. Same with Skinner and Clark. This is a full bench lineup with Thomas, Duffy, Christian Campbell, Poscablo, and Graves. Well-deserved minutes for these 5 to end off what'll be a dominating victory for the Knights. Knights come back right here to play a triple header on Monday. And the next game we've got audio broadcasting coverage of for you will be the Regis triple header, which is next Friday. Put it down in your calendars, pencil it in. Get ready to be here in what'll be a packed gym. There's a couple empty seats tonight, but next Friday, I can assure you there will be people looking for standing room along the baselines, everywhere you can get. You just got to get in. It's the triple header. Graves left it for Coleman. That's Poscablo. His 3. Yes, sir! Alex Poscablo. That's a swish off the bench for number 11. Outside 3, no good for Matos. And it is out of bounds. I'm pretty sure Owen Thomas touched it last. 2.5 to play, 33 to shoot for Spellman. Right off the foot of Owen Thomas. Not sure what the point of that was. I guess you don't reset the shot clock. You get a fresh 5 on the inbound clock. Tossed it right off his foot for a kick ball. Same spot they would have been in. Willis thought about a 3, instead turned it over. Thomas this time corrals. Campbell's got it into the front court. Here's Ty Duffy over midcourt. Hands to the other small guard, David Graves. Poscablo just made a 3. Thought about an extremely deep one. Then thought better of it. Poscablo picks up the 3. Poscablo launches and hits from Times Square. Alex Poscablo gets the ball to drop. 72-25, under 2 to play. Does Spellman have the answer? No, they don't. Poscablo brings it up into the front court. Can he make it 3 for 3? Doesn't even put up the shot. David Graves to Thomas. Almost stolen away. Spellman keeps it in, but David Graves has it. David Graves does not have it. Aaron Willis the steal. Up ahead for Orellana. Looking for options. Matos has it at the top. 21 to shoot. That is a travel. Nice defense. Ty Duffy and Graves both combined to force the traveling violation. We approach the minute mark. 72-25. Dominating win for Xavier, but they've still got a little bit more they can add to it. A 3 here would make it a 50-point game. Poscablo, can he go 3 of 3? Bench is looking for one more out of him. David Graves kicks it out to Thomas. Left corner. Ty Duffy. Near corner. Poscablo at the top. Dribbles into the paint. Picks it up. Puts it up. No good. And he can't get it back. Here goes Spellman. That is an overthrow. Incomplete. Out of bounds. Xavier ball. It was a go ball, and it was an overthrown go ball. A little too far. Final 40 seconds of the game. And it looks like Xavier's just going to be content and dribble it out. Take a shot clock violation and put the icing on the cake. The game is over. It is a 72-25 win for the Xavier Knights, who steamroll the Pilots, who had a little trouble landing their plane today. Game over. 72-25 is your final. Everyone, have a good night. Thank you all so much for listening to Xavier Knights freshman basketball. We really do appreciate it. From Dom DeFalco, everyone in the athletics department, I am Josh Wolliver. Thank you so much for listening to Knights basketball, and have a great night.